do your fucking thing.
Yeah, I'll do
Finally.
that. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously, you just saw viewers. You just saw the parental discretion advised. Yeah, because it is. Look for it down in the corner. There will be explicit language and theme over the next half hour or so. So, anyway, I'm DJ D Phoenix, and you are watching the Groove Zones, the sessions, and I am finally, for the first time actually in quite a while, hanging out with Josh Bone today. So,
oh my God! Hi.
Hi.
Oh.
What's going on there?
Yeah,
Rob?
it's been a couple of years. You know, the last time I saw you, and really we spoke,
right?
Probably because it was a sour note. Was a very well planned festival that I made on. I won't say a performance. I will say an appearance.
There you go.
Because I was drowning in a sea of liquor.
You know, was this a legendary event by any chance?
That was legendary. Absolutely.
That was legendary. Do you know that was?
Oh, yeah.
That was 2 years ago.
I was going 2 years ago, 2019. So I was going through some personal stuff, and as we all do. And my answer was not yoga. It was, you know, having a couple drinks in the morning to kind of take the edge off.
Well, yeah.
But it turned into somebody was supposed to come with me up there, and then at the last minute declined, and I just kind of made a mess. Dude, I drank the entire flight up the day before, and then all day the day of the show. So I got there, and I think I was good for like one song, and I let everybody down, and I won't forget it. And I, you know, Tammy, God love Tammy.
I meant about the one song. I'm not sure that you made it through one.
Exactly. I don't even know if I went. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So to all of my family and friends in Olympia, I'd like to issue a formal apology because I really missed you guys. I missed everybody, and it was great to see a lot of the people that I saw when I walked into the club. And then I just let everybody down, and that was kind of my story for 2019. I had a lot of great success with MOTORBONE.
That's awesome.
Still getting. So let me catch you up on what's happened.
Yeah, would you please?
Let me catch you up on what's happened in the last. Yeah, so that was legendary, 2019, and I had a roller coaster ride for the rest of the year. That was in June, and July through November was just kind of a roller coaster. You know, at the time, it was great. I owned a gym in LA. I was partners in a gym. It was a great place to work, right? To stay fit. Rocking out in the man MOTORBONE, and but kind of going through some stuff. You know, when you just around the time you turn 50, I'll tell you, the kids grow up, they get out, and then divorce, and midlife crisis is really no joke. So I had a rough few months, and I never partied all the time. As Darren, you and I know, 13, 14, hanging out. We didn't do a lot of drinking. I mean, we did a lot of other stuff, but we didn't do a whole lot of drinking.
Not until a little bit later.
Yeah, right, later in life, right? And so my first band in Hollywood at 21.
Later, that's me.
A few months later. Yeah. Well, I met you. We waited a few months. Then we got fucked up. At 21, I was trying to preserve my voice and wasn't really drinking a whole lot. And I raised a couple kids and I was sober. So I had, a regular guy's life of binge drinking kind of through college age and whatever. But when I turned 49, and that after Legendary, it was pretty much the 6 months. That was the start of it. I was drinking about a gallon a day. I'll be honest, with everybody there. I was waking up at 4 a.m, shaking. About 6 o'clock in the morning, I'd be at the grocery store waiting for them to open. I'd walk in and get a gallon. I'd get home. I'd suck down about a quarter of it, and then I'd feel better.
Oh yeah.
And then I would wake up the next morning. Everything from 10 a.m. on was like a blur. And, I was posting stupid shit on social media. I think I, at one point, posted my face all messed up saying, "You should have seen the girls that beat me up," which I think I fell down. I mean, it was really ridiculous.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah. So at the end of I got out of my gym in November. I was just fucking drinking, and a friend of mine in Italy saw some of my posts and said, "Why don't you come out here? I'm worried about you." And I was like, "Fuck it, fuck everything, I'm out." And I went to Italy, and Valentina, I would love for her to hear this. Valentina Andrea, she is a beautiful soul. Mountainside house, beautiful vistas, northern Italy. Oh yeah, she flew me out.
And she put in a perfect time too.
Well, here's what's weird. Okay, I love the story. My story only gets better. So I land in Italy, telling her about these issues I was in and out of the hospital with, and a week later, I was in an Italian hospital dying of pancreatitis. And I didn't know it till after I was out and recovering, but they actually looked at her and said, "You got to prepare for the worst." And I mean, thankfully she didn't tell me that while I was happening.
Right.
And that was a real sobering moment for me, really, right? I mean, here's 170 pound ripped Joshy that's 130 and looks 70 years old. And recovering in the hospital, there were people hacking and coughing and old guys dying all around me. So in an Italian hospital, really looks like post World War II. It looks like Cold War hospitals that you would expect to see in the movies.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And oh yeah. So they have like 1950s machinery like you wouldn't see in any modern hospital. But I felt cared for there like I had never been cared for before. Every single morning I'd have like a panel of, you think like Mario and Luigi were at my bedside talking in Italian, about my condition. But every morning the head of the hospital would walk by and talk about my recovery. I didn't understand a fucking word they were saying.
Right.
But it was pretty cool. But guys were dying all around me. And then as I start getting better, I hear about this cruise ship. Then as I start getting better, I hear about this cruise ship that was trying to port in Rome from China. And Rome wouldn't let them because there was this weird, mysterious virus on the ship that nobody knew about. And so this is January, 2020. And so my friends in LA, everybody I knew, Texas, my friends in Olympia, my family, they're like, "Look, stay in Italy. You don't want to fly back. You don't know what's going on. There's this coronavirus thing happening, and you're safe probably in the mountains of northern Italy." Darren, Darren, I was in the region where COVID started in Italy. I was the first. Yes, I was in the first lockdown region in Italy where COVID started, and I didn't know it, but I was in a real textile manufacturing region along with the wine area of northern Italy. So those people have a lot of money, and they would travel to China all the time to do business and come back. So COVID started right there. So I was in the midst of all the caskets driving down the road, and
it's like the Final Destination character is going after all the
people. My God. No, look, I'm escaping death left and right.
No doubt.
I love Final Destination. So, I'm going to kind of, that was pretty intense, but what it did for me was kind of lock me down in northern Italy in a house with a beautiful friend of mine, where we went to the store and came back, and I was able to kind of really recover from what was going on. And I will say, not just recover from, the booze that fucked up my pancreas, which I was never really an alcoholic. It was like 6 months of, let me drown this.
Right.
But I was able to recover from some of the stuff that was kind of going on with me, my kids growing up, the loss of the family, shit people really go through in midlife crisis. And I made my way back, and I made my way back in April, right at the beginning of the lockdown in LA. So it's, yeah, exactly right. So I flew into LA, but I decided I didn't want to live in Hollywood with a bunch of people, next door in an apartment building when you can't go anywhere.
Right.
So I came to Ventura. And I think earlier you and I were speaking, a good friend of us, Ian Ventura, lives over here.
That he does. And I will be connecting you guys soon.
I can't wait. I mean, it's been a long time. I really, for anybody that's listening to this, I hope that you reach out and find me on social media, because it wasn't until I visited Washington that DJ D and I connected again, Tammy and some of the other people, because when you're 14 in 1984 and you skip town with a lot of friends that you love, and there's no social media to be like, hey, I'm using text thumbs, by the way, you guys can't see. Hey, I'm in LA now, find me here. You just lose everyone.
Totally.
And I was such good friends with a lot of people that I really care and love about. And I feel like, I know a lot of people feel like I just kind of skipped out and abandoned them. And it's just, we didn't have a way to connect, phone numbers to remember, collect calls. I'm a street kid.
Yeah.
So I really hope that people will look up Josh. So I am off social media. I've gotten off of Facebook. I'm kind of coming back today. This is the rebirth of what I've got going on. I got a lot of new stuff happening. So I'll get into that in a second. But I want everybody to look out for Joshua Danger.
Joshua Danger. Okay.
So I can't.
Don't expect to see him, and then look for him, and then don't expect to see him.
Well, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So how many people out there in Facebook land? Yes,
let me
please.
do a quick station ID. Hey guys,
I give you the beach.
Yeah, look at the backdrop. Guys, you are watching The Groove Zone here, and I'm DJ D Phoenix, coming to you live from Olympia, Washington, hanging out with Josh Danger today, a.k.a. Josh Bone, a.k.a. Josh Trip. But we'll go with Josh Danger, because I like that. Josh Danger.
Joshua Danger.
Kind of has this like 60s super spy feel to it.
Right? So I fronted a band. So my current band is MOTORBONE, and I have some big stuff to share.
Okay.
And kind of suspense. But a couple bands ago, I was in a band. I wanted to call it MOTORBONE. They didn't want to do that, so we called it Danger Bone. And I always thought that Danger Bone was like a great Sunday or Saturday morning cartoon name. Like Danger Bone, Danger Bone. Who you gonna call when you're all alone? You call Danger Bone.
Oh, Now, what kind of network are we talking about?
Oh, that was on the Spice Channel. Might have been.
Had to have been, because I know they didn't show
Yeah.
on CBS.
Yeah. Well, but wait, there was only 3 channels when we were kids.
Back at that point in time, yeah.
ABC. Wait, are we dating ourselves? It's weird that I know all of that, and I'm only 30.
You're dating us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
So Darren, I came to beautiful Ventura. I lived in a couple different places out here. I commute. Well, I arrived with nothing, and I arrived with nothing, but I was happier than I had been in years. And there's a really big, I don't know, a monk type Buddhist. I'm fixing my bracelet. A Zen type feeling of having nothing again and being happy.
Being totally
You know what? Because I lived in look at what I lived in the mountains of Italy, and I arrived. I wasn't by the beach at the time, but it was beautiful and sunny, and I'm alive. I mean, there really is a thing about almost dying and then coming back, and just being grateful. Gratitude is
I was gonna say, it's not like you haven't had your rough patches. You know, you've.
Oh my God! Look! I've had a roller coaster, man. You've known me for years, and I've been on the streets and lived out of a box for a long time. That was a lot. A lot of that was by choice, and throughout my life. And I'm not going to get spiritual or fuck religion, spiritual or godly or universe on you, but you know, I've been lucky enough in my life to get everything I've ever asked for. Problem is, when I ask for shit's what I got. I'd get everything I asked for. I got to get the beach in the background. But then I never expected all the stuff that came with it. And so being grateful for where I'm at right now and not asking for anything but bless my friend Darren, please lay out a path for me, universe, that makes me be a better person for people that I know and people I love, has done nothing but opening up great things for me. So I land in Ventura. I am now living. I'm gonna take the camera. I'm gonna turn around a little bit. So I don't live right on the beach. Like, I'm not in this house right here.
Right, and he's not.
But I am a couple houses down. I'm a couple houses down.
I'm trying to clarify that.
I don't live right there.
Right. He said simple. He didn't mean simple, kids.
Well, wait. I do live in the bush sometimes.
Well, but I know, but that's a completely different episode.
Was that a reference? I think that was a sexual reference.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, you did say, watch out, parental discretion advised.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
So here I am in beautiful Ventura. I live by the beach. I commute to LA. A MOTORBONE, Los Angeles opened restricted service on April 15th. MOTORBONE played a sold-out show on April 16th. We didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Fairbanks Studios in West Hollywood, California, MOTORBONE is going to take you home and tell you what's good tonight. So get on your knees and cry!
such a nice state to be in, as you can just let this file play again